After 2 decades of hard work and fame, is Kanye West almost a billionaire? According to sources, this may be true. Stay tuned to see how Kanye made his millions. Before we jump into this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be the first to view what future content we have in store for you. In 1990, Kanye's mother, Donda West, helped 13-year-old Kanye pay to cut his first record in a basement studio. The microphone was hanging from the ceiling by a wire hanger, but he was so excited I couldn't say no, Donda West explains to Red Eye News in 2007. Years later, one of Kanye's first songs, Green Eggs and Ham, was recognized by a Chicago hip-hop and R&B producer, No ID,
who was No ID friend, No ID my mentor, now let the story begin.
This was the beginning of Kanye's music career. His name started to become well known in the hip-hop industry. At 19 years old, he was opening concerts for names as big as The Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac Shakur. Also, he made an appearance at Fat Beat's storefront in New York City, otherwise known as the hip-hop Mecca, to deliver a freestyle that has since become a great piece of Kanye West history. Finally, Kanye's first big break arrives. He sells his first beat to a local Chicago rapper Gravity for $8,000. He then sells a beat to Jermaine Dupri, an American rapper, for $5,000. 2 years later, in the year of 2000, is what can be considered a tipping point of Kanye's career. He begins producing for Rockefeller Records artists. Kanye's first big hit was the beat he produced for Jay-Z's This Can't Be Life. It was the beginning of the decade, and West was starting to gain serious recognition. 3 years later, Kanye West is no longer a rookie to the game. His efforts as both a solo rap artist and a behind-the-boards producer begin to chart simultaneously. In 2004, The College Dropout is finally released after being postponed 3 times. It sells 441,000 copies in its first week and debuts at number 2 on the Billboard 200 chart. While riding his wave of success, Kanye creates his own record label, Good Music. Also, he shows no signs in slowing down and creating sounds for others, considering being credited on Twista's Overnight Celebrity, Cam'ron's Down and Out, and John Legend's debut single, Used to Love You. During the 2005 Grammy Awards, Kanye earns his first Grammys for Best Rap Album, The College Dropout, Best Rap Song, Jesus Walks, and Best R&B Song, You Don't Know My Name. August 30th that same year, Kanye drops his second studio album, Late Registration. In the first week of being released, it debuts at number 1 on the Billboard 200 chart and sold 860,000 copies. It eventually reached sales of over 3.1 million copies in the United States, has been certified triple platinum, and earned him 3 Grammy Awards. He goes above and beyond on his first tour Touch the Sky, and is named one of Time's 100 most influential people. After spending most of his time on the road, Kanye is now preparing to release his third studio album, Graduation, on September 11th, 2007, against 50 Cent, who is also releasing his album, Curtis, on the same day. Kanye's album, Graduation, obliterates Curtis, taking the number 1 spot on the Billboard 200 chart and selling 957,000 copies in its first week of being released, while 50 Cent's album held the number 2 spot and sold 691,000. Critics have since cited the event as the end of gangster music. Kanye's next project was 808s and Heartbreak, serving as Ye's 4th album to ship 1 million copies in the United States. In July of 2010, Kanye announces the title of his 5th album as My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. The album is released in November with features of Jay-Z, Kid Cudi, Rihanna, RZA, Elton John, and many other artists from different genres. The release is accompanied by a 35-minute film directed by Hype Williams, an American music video director, and again debuts at number 1 on the Billboard 200 chart. Wins the Best Rap Album at the 54th Grammy Awards, and eventually sells over 1.3 million copies in the United States. The finished project becomes one of Kanye's most admired pieces of work. Less than a year later, Kanye collabs with his big brother, Jay-Z, to create Watch the Throne and is certified triple platinum a month after its debut. Ye spends most of 2012 with Jay-Z on their Watch the Throne tour, making it the second highest grossing hip-hop tour of all time. June 18th, 2013, Ye drops his Yeezus album. It was totally different from his previous sound, but still manages to become his sixth #1 debut. In December of that year, Adidas announces their partnership with Kanye, beginning a new chapter on fashion and pop culture. The collaboration brand Yeezy is now worth $1.5 billion. West's wife, reality star, and entrepreneur Kim Kardashian West hinted on a Jimmy Kimmel Live broadcast that her husband would soon reach a billionaire status when she was asked if she was almost a billionaire.
You're not almost a billionaire, are you?
I would say my husband is, so
Your
that
husband-
makes me one, right?
Well-
Close.
Kanye's latest albums released, The Life of Pablo, was his 8th album to go platinum. Ye was his 8th album to land #1 on the Billboard 200 chart. And finally, Kids See Ghost debuts at #2 on the Billboard 200 chart. At Kanye's album opening party, Ye's former manager Scooter Braun reveals that week's Yeezy merch drop sold $500,000 worth of merch in just 30 minutes. Considering Mr. West being a major stakeholder of the $1.5 billion Yeezy company, and Kim K spilling the beans on his personal net worth nearly reaching $1 billion, here at Lime Report we do believe this is true. Kanye West will soon be a billionaire. Thanks for tuning in to another video. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more awesome videos.